Yo, what is happening, guys? Welcome back to the Let's Talk Fan channel. As you can tell by title and the thumbnail today, we will be talking about the main event on the Prime card. KSI versus Tommy Fury. Oof. This fight is literally, it's just over 24 hours away, realistically. It's just over 24 hours away. And I cannot wait. I genuinely cannot wait. The whole Prime card is going to be fucking insane. I've did a video on everyone, this last one, and then with the podcast. Remember, the podcast will be where I do the predictions with Shay, so that should be up after this, either next morning or just after this. So keep an eye out for that. But Prime card, KSI versus Tommy Fury. The press conference was something else. You know, didn't get to hear any of them talk. KSI was talking. John Fury was yelling over him in the background. Tommy didn't really care enough. Then they got into face off, and it was about 4 straight minutes of Tommy Fury saying that he's going to spark KSI out. KSI saying that I'm built different. Tommy saying Jake Paul said he was built different, and KSI saying he's better than Jake Paul. Going back and forth, talking shit. And then, as John Fury does, I'll use to her fighting. Let me just insert myself in the middle here, because although I'm not fighting, it's about me. And John Fury just got in the cage, like glass thing. I just started punching, attacking the plastic, like the screen. Like, KSI and Tommy Fury standing there face to face with obviously that in front, so then security didn't really have to do anything. John Fury came in. John Fury was like, oh, do you know what? Oh, plastic? I hate plastic. I'm all about saving the turtles. Bang, bang. Starts fucking attacking the plastic. Starts headbutting the plastic. That man loves the turtles, clearly, because he is not having it. And he just got in and started headbutting. So the press conference was fucking nuts. Obviously, I talked about the Dylan Dennis, Logan Paul situation. It was just crazy. But now the press conference is done. The weigh-in is left. And then the fight. How do I see the fight going? Obviously, I'm going to give my prediction in the podcast. It's already been filmed. I've already given my prediction. But this is just me talking about the fight. Tommy Fury versus KSI. Obviously, Tommy Fury being the boxer. Boxed since he was 7 years old. Has far more experience than KSI. Beat Jake Paul convincingly. I think I said 6 rounds to 2. Beat him convincingly enough. But he did get knocked down by Jake Paul, which a lot of people are using that as, oh, well, Jake Paul knocked you down still. So there's a chance. But obviously, he's the far more experienced, far more polished, far more traditional boxer. He puts the combos together. He leans on the jab. He's the more technical boxer, technically sound. Then you get KSI. Didn't box before that. Did YouTube, did music, beat Joe Weather, beat Drew with Logan Paul, beat Logan Paul. Came back, fought 2 people one night, Swarms Pineda, knocked out Temper. Knocked out Joe Fournier, technically. He did knock him out, just not within the boxing rules, but he did knock him out. But KSI, obviously coming from the YouTube, he boxed 3 fights, took a 4-year hiatus, I think it was, didn't box, and then came back, and he's been back for over a year now. So, when you say that, you feud is, well, Tommy's been boxing since he was 7. KSI, is only back consistently a year. So, why is this fight even talked about? Why is this fight happening? Why is this fight competitive? And I think a lot of people believe that this fight is competitive, and why I believe and everybody believes that KSI has that bit of a chance, because obviously people are like, some people think he's going to steamroll Tommy. I do not. I think it makes logical sense if you say Tommy is going to beat KSI. I think that makes logical sense, right? But I still believe KSI has a chance, the same way I thought Jake Paul had a chance. Because one punch can change everything. We saw Tommy get hit by Jake, but KSI is also a hard puncher too. And I believe if KSI can land that big right hand, and it does something, he could capitalize. Now, KSI is probably going to come out the karate type stance, jump in. My problem is KSI, he's willing to take punches to give punches, but that's not going to work against Tommy Fury, because he's going to hit harder, put combos together. He's not going to be like anybody you fought before. You're not going to be able to just rush in and knock him out like he did against FaZe Temper. You know what I mean? It's not going to be that easy. But I think KSI's unorthodox style kind of gives him a little bit of advantage. It's his downfall for taking punches to give punches. It's his downfall for Tommy putting combos together. But it also could be, his pro, because Tommy's obviously been sparring a lot of people, but KSI keeps saying, and I actually agree with him, you cannot really get anybody that, fights like KSI, because they don't. They don't. No one fights like that. KSI is unorthodox. He could sprint in. He could do the step to the side. Like, KSI is so unorthodox. You don't know what he's gonna do, and he acknowledges that, and he knows that is maybe a con, but it's also a pro. And I think that gives him a little bit of an edge, because Tommy is gonna not be able to predict what he's gonna do for the most part, because KSI probably can't even predict what he's gonna do. And I think KSI does have a chance in this fight. I think it makes logical sense. If you say you think Tommy's going to win, that's fair. But I think KSI does have a chance, because one punch changes everything. And although this is a bigger test than KSI's ever faced, to make that very clear, he stepped up a level against Fournier. But Fournier and Tommy Fury, from Temper to Fournier to Tommy Fury, it's not in the same galaxy. It's just not. Tommy Fury would dust Joe Fournier off. You know what I mean? It's not in the same galaxy. But the thing that always makes me, and I think a lot of people think that KSI might actually do this, is a lot. He calls it confidence. Some people call it ego. Some people call it delusion, right? And he's so confident in his ability, it comes across as delusional, right? But the thing is, a lot of people say, oh, he's delusional. But KSI being delusional has got him this far. People said he couldn't do YouTube, and he said, oh, I'm going to go. They said he couldn't get 1,000, million, 5 million, 10 million, all this and that, and he did. I know it's not the same as boxing. People said he couldn't get a #1 album in music. He got a #1 and #2. People said he couldn't beat Logan Paul. He did. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. I know this is completely different. I am acknowledging that, but I'm just saying that somehow, some way, when KSI's back is against the wall, he always finds a way to do it. And yes, this is a different situation, but I just feel like even if he loses this fight, he will find a way to make a statement that he won't just get brushed over. And if he wins this fight, KSI has made that statement of, I just beat Tommy Fury, who beat Jake Paul. He's made that statement. So, yes, it makes sense. If you think Tommy's going to win, that's fine. A lot of us do. But KSI, I think a lot of people need to understand, yes, he might not be a traditional boxer. You might not think he's as good as Jake Paul. You might think he's better. You might not think he's as good as Tommy Fury. But never doubt him. Because when you doubt him, he pulls crazy shit off. And I'm not saying that oh yeah, KSI is definitely going to win. But as I said, I think there's a chance. Everybody has a chance against anybody, because one punch can change everything. And he's so unpredictable and proven people wrong so many times. And I think it's his, again, delusion has pushed him to this point where maybe he's bit off more than he can chew. Or maybe he just believes in himself so much that anything he decides he wants to do, he can accomplish. So that's my opinion on the KSI Tommy fight. I will give you my actual predictions on the podcast, which I've done. Obviously, I want KSI to win. I don't dislike Tommy Fury. Obviously, I want KSI to win. And, if KSI wins, I will be so fucking happy. If it's like, if KSI were to get in there, and someone were to ask me, and I would be like, I think Tommy probably wins, then I will happily have KSI laugh at me for being wrong. You know what I mean? I want them to win. I want KSI to win badly, and I hope he does. But I'm just saying, never count them out, because he has a chance. Everybody has a chance. It may be a slim chance, but if there's a 1% chance of doing it, there's still a 1% chance, and that's all I'm saying. So I'm excited for this fight. The whole fucking prime card is going to be sick. The Waleed versus Dean, Slim versus Saul Poppy, Kenny versus AT, Logan versus Danis, and KSI versus Logan. No, KSI versus Logan Paul, KSI versus Tommy Fury. And I'm fucking excited for it. Misha, so he's going to watch it. I'm going to do a vlog like I did with the other Misfits ones, and I hope you all enjoy that. But like I said, the podcast will be out after this, either in the same night or the next morning. But I really hope you enjoyed. I hope you all are as hyped for the fucking prime card as I am. Let me know in the comments down below, as always. Who do you think's going to win the fight? Who do you want to win the fight? Who do you think's going to win the fight? Even if you think Tommy's going to win the fight, do you think KSI has that chance? And if so, how do you think he beats him? Because in my opinion, Tommy just has to box. For KSI to beat Tommy, he has to just dig deep, get that dog, and no matter what Tommy hits him with, keep going at him and at him and at him, but protect your jaw, you know what I mean? But I think KSI just has to turn it into a brawl rather than a boxing match, and just has to, don't do what Jake Paul did. Do not stand and go, right, I'm looking for that right hand, I'm looking for a right hand, because that's all Jake Paul did. Jake Paul looked for the right hand. Go at him. If you can get the jabs to the body, do it. Let the right hand come to you. If the knockout's going to happen, it will come to you. If you force a knockout, you will not get it. You'll probably end up getting knocked out. We've seen it so many times. So all Tommy's got to do is box. KSI's got to dig down deep and really go for it and bring that dog. Like, he's got to bring that Rottweiler out of him to try and beat Tommy here. But you let me know down in the comments below. Who do you want to win? Who do you think's going to win? How do you think KSI pulls it off if he does? How do you think Tommy does? Let me know in the comments below. But as always, hope y'all think positive, test negative. Hope y'all have an amazing day. If y'all fuck with the vibe, like, comment, and subscribe. Look out for the podcast with the predictions, as I said. Hope y'all are staying safe. I'll see you in the next one. So, peace. Fearless.